Mrs. Hauser here with your last video on making a class in Greenfoot. Okay, so in order for us to create a class in Greenfoot, the first thing that we would have to do is decide which class will be the parent class to the class I'm making. So that's the first thing I need to do. Decide which class will be your class's parent class. Remember that a child class inherits most of the methods a parent class has. Okay? Then what we would do is right-click on the parent class. So if I were, for instance, to make a worm class, a worm would not be a crab. That wouldn't make any sense, but it probably could be an animal. So I would right-click on my animal class and I would click New Subclass. I would then type a class name, which would be worm. I would make sure I had a capital letter because that is standard notation in Greenfoot. And I would select my worm picture just because that would make sense. I'm going to hit OK. And if I hit compile, I now have a worm class. I can right click and put new worms on the screen one at a time, or I can hold down Shift and put several on the screen. Remember that if I hit compile or reset, all of my worms disappear. We talked about a special way you could keep them on the screen, and you should remember how to do that. You kind of feel like a superhero when you do it. Hint, hint. I've given you a task that requires you to use some of the skills that you've learned so far. I have given you a few hints, but I want you to do the best you can to work through it. You can ask questions to each other to try to figure it out. And you can work through the hints that I've given you. Okay, I want you to use your worm class and your crab class to do so. And I want you to use the eat method and the is touching method and the play sound method as indicated in the task description to have your crabs eat your worms. We'll expand on this when I come back. Good luck, and I'll answer any questions you have when I come back, but feel free to talk to each other. Just don't share your code. Talk about the ideas that you're using. Be careful with your semicolons and your brackets and your parentheses. Good luck!